That hurts. G'day everybody, welcome back to another episode of Craft by Tim. Today I am very sore because I've had one hell of a weekend involving goanna fighting, or goanna wrestling, and paintball. Everything hurts, but it was awesome. Anyway, so today I thought I had a cool idea for a project, and it's actually a really easy project and should only take a few hours. Not to mention, it's dirt cheap. So let's get started. Basically, main thing that you're going to need is just some thin MDF. And we're going to be making an ammunition crate, or more so an artillery crate, but a miniature one. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I need a new pencil case. I used to keep all of my pencils inside the packet that they came in, and now I took all of them out and stuck a lucky band around them, and I threw out the packet, and now I'm breaking all of the all of the lead. So instead, I'm going to actually make like a little ammunition box for a pencil box. Should look pretty cool. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so now just cut down that large strip of MDF down to some thinner stuff. So we got one here that is 15 millimeters wide, and then the other one is about 11 to 12 millimeters wide. The main thing that actually has to be exact is the length of the box, because it's got to fit all my stuff in it. And I actually have to go up and grab my plans and stuff, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm recaffeinated and I'm back. Okay, so this is where I'm at right now. I've got my top done, I've got my bottom mostly done. So what I'm basically doing right now is I'm taking off the edges of all of these pieces and giving the ends a reasonably heavy bevel. So I've got all of these ones to do, and I'm only doing that for one side. That way I have a nice flat side to work with when I'm gluing everything together. So got my top done, I just need to do the two pieces that will be the supports on the top. And I have the two, the front and the back done, with all of the supports done for these as well. So getting on to this part, what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to start gluing parts together. And essentially I'm going to glue them together like this. So the top side is going to be just butted right up against, so there's going to be a slight overhang on the bottom, essentially. And the reason why is because I've measured these, so they're exactly one extra thickness of this material. That way when I go to glue them onto the bottom, there's going to be a little bit of overhang on this one, and I'm going to be able to join it to the bottom reasonably easily. Okay, so now that all the glue is dry, we can more or less just spray paint this and call it done. However, there is a few more little bits that I want to do to it, but I will spray paint it, give it a coat of spray paint now. For spray paint, let's see what we got here. We got some olive, I think this is olive, or wilderness. Could be wilderness, I don't know. So I'm going to give it a coat of this. This is a metal shield, multi-purpose. It is, you know, meant to have like a semi-gloss. Is it really meant to have a semi-gloss finish? Maybe on metal. But anyway, we're going to spray the entire thing, get it looking kind of pretty, but not too pretty. And then afterwards, I think I'm going to give it like a sort of I'll rough it up a little bit. I'm also going to chuck some hinges on this later on when I get some hinges. I also want to put in a latch, so that's going to be interesting, because I'm going to have to make my own, because all the latches that I can get are going to be like really big on this. And the other thing is that I also have to take into account that the screws whatever screws I end up using are obviously going to be huge, and they're never going to be able to fit in these. So I'm going to have to more or less just super glue whatever fixtures I want to put on there, any sort of cabinet hardware I want to put on here. I have to super glue on there. But that being said, there is definitely enough room on this to be able to put in a few nails, especially on this end, to help sort of hold everything together. So I'll put a few nails in it, just a few tack nails, and then I'll take it outside and get ready to spray paint it. Okay, so I just went to Bunnings and I picked up a bunch of butt hinges. These are 35mm ones, and I think they'll look pretty cool. They are quite bulky, but so hard to get these things out. But I think they should work pretty good. Also, everything fits, which is great. I ended up putting more in there than what I thought I would, but you know, everything fits, so it's pretty good. Now to do the cover. Now, of course, you don't have to do it this way. You can make it slightly smaller. You can make it out of pop sticks if you wanted to, and use it for those little models called. They're like reenactment models kind of things. They look so bloody cool, but I'd never have the patience to actually make one myself. So yeah, but you know, those little army reenactment things, battle reenactments, that take up like an entire desktop. Anyway, you can make them smaller if you wanted to, make them out of pop sticks, make them out of matchsticks if you really wanted to, if you had the patience for it. But otherwise, I think this is actually turning out pretty good. So I'll actually do the latch before I go any further. Let me go find some aluminium. Okay, just cut off a small piece of that. That'll do. Now I'm just going to straighten this out. Of course you could use an aluminium can if you wanted to, or even a tin can. It doesn't really matter. It's just getting a piece of metal, really. And of course you could leave it like this, but I thought that I would just go through the extra step of just roughing up around the edges a little bit. Well, that was definitely a fun little project, and I'm actually really not only happy that this works, but really surprised actually. This is like, it was such a simple concept that a small piece of aluminium bent in like an L shape and then bent back on itself would actually turn into sort of like a latch, and it actually works pretty good. Of course, if you really force it, it will open, but you know, it's pretty cool. And of course, I also made a larger one. This is actually the first one that I made, so it's a little bit more rough, and it's made out of a little bit of thicker material. But I think the main thing is that it actually has a proper latch. And due to its thicker material, I was able to use actual screws to hold everything together. But regardless, I actually really like the way that this one turned out. I'm not really sure which one I like more. I think this one, it looks like what it's meant to look like. But nonetheless, this was actually a really fun project. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you build something like this, let me know how it goes. I'm keenly interested to see whether or not you guys have any suggestions as to how to make it better or anything like that. Maybe it's a project that I might revisit later on down the track. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed it. So remember to stay safe, happy crafting, and as always, cheers. Also, next week I have a bit of a different project, but I am returning to electronics and stuff, which is really exciting. So